Hello and welcome to Not Made. Today is Vlogmas Day 12 and Day 12 of the Advent Calendar by All From Jade. And it's also Market Day! Yay! So I'm feeling a little bit crazy and we're just gonna jump right in. So actually today we're gonna start with a throwback to yesterday when I was working on my setup for the market in my living room. Yeah, let's see how that goes. It took quite a while to get stuff figured out, but I think I got it down. So we will just jump into that and then I'll come back and we'll chat some more. Okay, so the things that I created yesterday were these two cappies. And this was a free pattern on Instagram. I can't remember who. I'll have to talk about that another time. And then I created two more little piggies yesterday because I wanted to have enough for eggs and bacon. So yeah, that's where we're at before the market. Okay, so as you saw, actually, while we're chatting, I'm going to go ahead and embroider some details on a piece, which, do I even have it here? I don't have it here. Wait, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yes, I have a little capybara here who needs a face. So this is a free pattern by Avery Crochets on Instagram, and actually it's supposed to be a Christmas cappy with a Santa hat, and I'm just making it without that because I have enough Santa inspired things for the market that I'm not going to worry about that. But this one needs a face, so let's chat a bit while I'm putting a face on this little guy. So this happens every time. Now tell me, is it just a me thing or is this just a market thing in general? Because I never feel like I have enough stuff. Now, admittedly, last year at this market, I felt like I nearly sold out the very first night. Which, I mean, that's not the worst problem in the world to have, right? But yeah, I don't know. I just always feel like bad, like I'm supposed to have more stuff, right? So anyway, it doesn't matter. I have what I have, and you know, I did what I did. And if I want to make adjustments for next year, then I can definitely do that. You know what I mean? So anyway, all of that to say, I just kind of feel like I don't have enough stuff. I think we're gonna go into a different stitch. Not kind of, like I really feel like I don't have enough stuff, but there's not much I can do about it at this point, except for learn from it. So we'll see how it goes. I did crunch the numbers, or I looked at the numbers from last year. I keep track of everything a really technologically amazing way in this notebook for all of my markets. So I went back because I have never like done, you know, how many plushies I have, or don't, you know, how many plushies I'm bringing. I don't really, I've never counted like how many plushies. I have figured out like inventory. I mean, let me stop. Rewind. Okay, this is my market day brain. I know how many plushies I bring because I mark it down in the inventory list, but I had never bothered like totaling that all up to see how many total plushies I have. That is what I'm trying to say right now. The words just are not wording correctly. So I did that today, or yesterday evening. I went through and I added up all of the plushies that I'm bringing, and then I went back to last year's market and I figured out how many plushies I had then. So I have more this year than I had last year. I just feel like I don't have the same, I don't have the same things, obviously. And it feels like there's less for some strange reason. I don't know why. It just, that's just the way it's feeling right now. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it is what it is. So, I have to figure out based off, and honestly, this is just my second time at this market. So I don't know if last year was a fluke. Could have been, you know, or if this is just gonna be a busy thing. I kind of feel like it is, just because there's other stuff going on at the same time in that area, which is kind of drawing people into this market space. So that's great. And I'm really looking forward to it this year. I think because it's my second year, I will have a better understanding of how this market in particular goes, so that if I get the opportunity to do it again next year. Now it's a 3-day market and I'm only doing Friday and Saturday. The last time I did a 3-day market, that was my first market ever, and the Sunday was horrible. It was like the slowest, worst. It was such a waste of time. So I was just kind of chalking that up to, oh, this is just the Sunday effect and it's not even worth it. But what I've heard about this particular market that I'm going to today is that Sunday's still super busy. So I kind of feel like I want to do all 3 days next year. And having that in mind, I want to make way more inventory so that I feel like I can confidently commit to doing all 3 days. And there we go. He's so cute and chonky. Mine turns out a little like very boxy shaped. I'm going to call it a chonky cappy because that's what he's looking like to me. It doesn't have like any kind of point here where the snout goes. Oh my goodness, this fuzz. Okay. But yeah, super duper fun. I think these are going to go. Cappies are having their little moment. So, and even if they're not, I'm loving them. All right. So this was again by Avery Crochets on Instagram. Cute little pattern. I'm glad I found it because again, last night I started freaking out after I put the whole table together, and like that was all of the stuff. Now I did not account, or I didn't take into account the blankets that I'm bringing and the few little wearables like the beanies and the twisted ear warmer thingies. I didn't take those into account or add them onto my inventory list. That's just kind of a bonus. I don't really expect to sell those, but every so often I will sell one. So I wanted to have a few anyway, just so that if one didn't sell. Okay, there was a brief interruption there because I ran out of storage on my phone. So those of you who vlog, or have your YouTube channel, can you chime in and tell me how you deal with all of the footage? Like what do you use external devices for storing stuff, or what do you do? I need info. I need to know how to handle all this stuff, because this has happened to me multiple times, which is maybe why my YouTube posting has not been super consistent, because I run into storage issues, and then it just feels like a lot of extra stuff, you know? So anyway, moving right along with what I think I was talking about was inventory, and how I don't normally count like how many total things, but I did do it this time. Okay, so this is just for FYI. What I'm bringing to the market, excluding blankets and wearables, is 222 plushies, but that also includes all of the itty bitty little things. So again, chime in if you do markets or whatever. Do you count those as just as each individual plushie? Because I have like 44 of the Critterlings and they're very tiny, but they are a little plushie, so I'm counting them. I'm just gonna count them. And then actually it's gonna be 225 because I made 3 of the bonus capybaras overnight, or since last night. So that's how many plushies I'm bringing, for a total without the cappies, because I haven't added them in yet, of $2,358 of inventory. So that's what I have. Honestly, I don't know how much I had last time. I know I figured it all out at some point, but I didn't write it down, I don't think. So that's not too bad. Again, to me, it just feels like it looks like not enough, but that's okay. We're gonna be okay with it and just go and have a good time. I'm gonna see if I can figure out what pattern I can kind of make on the go as I'm standing there interacting with people, so that I have something to do with my hands. So we'll just kind of have to play it by ear and see what happens. So anyway, that is the market prep. And so let's go ahead and get into the All from Jade Advent Calendar make of the day. All right, so I'm not going to be making this make today because, you know, market. So there's that. But today's pattern was a no-sew kitty. Now this looked very similar to the pattern that I've used before in the by Stitch by Faye, I think. I'm pretty sure it's hers. The no-sew little tiny little loaf cat. They're really pretty small. Well, I used velvet yarn when I made mine. I don't have any to show you. I think my last 1 or 2 went into mystery bags for tonight. So I don't have any right now, but that's probably the pattern I would stick with, just because I'm familiar with it. And looking through this one, I am, you know, it looks very similar in construction wise. I obviously didn't make it, so you know I can't speak to that. But anyway, this was by my_universe64 on Instagram, and it's part of a series that she did for 50 free patterns. So I was kind of flipping through her free patterns. That's a lot. 50 patterns just in one spot. So she had a couple in there that were intriguing to me that I saved. So I think that I will try some of hers in the future. Not this particular one, but others that she has posted. So if you are looking for new or different free patterns, maybe check out her page and kind of click through her 50 free patterns. A lot of them are no-sew, so that's good. So, all right, well, that's going to wrap today's Vlogmas vlog. I am going to try the best I can to, you know, include you in the market, because I always enjoy watching those other people's market videos. And even if I'm the only one who watches it on here, it's for posterity. So if you feel interested or inclined to come along with me to the Christmas market tonight, then show up tomorrow, and hopefully I will have at least something to post for the day 1 of the market. So I will see you guys later, and you have a fantastic weekend or whatever day you happen to be watching this. Bye.